Hello, everybody. It's Ultimagoo, and I've got some poetry to share with you. So I've got two updates. First thing, you've already noticed that there's an intro. There's also going to be an outro, and I also have these like little miniature poems that I write every now and then, but I never actually get a time or opportunity or inspiration or something to actually put them in a poem that I intend to publish one day. So I'm just going to share them every now and then here at the beginning, and this is pretty much the only place you're going to be able to find them is in these videos. So if you're ready, 1, 2, 3. Mimicry is fun to see, but only when it's done to me. Alright, that's it. Let's get on to the poem, shall we? Beautiful the sun had sat upon the shores of Lanash, and there I saw all the rays of what makes my home, Lanash. A beautiful world filled with the ethereal and the fey. It seems most clear that that's always been our way. Lost in their immortal cycle, the winter court had been bewitched by mere mortal hands, and through good and evil minds betwixt. The Lord art my Saviour, cried many a gilded prophet, but for the sake of all my tears, naught could stop the rage of the prophet. Great rain clouds, my Nana used to say, were all the tears of heaven that had been spilt on that day, and as this sun comes down and sets, lest not we forget all of our best moments, only one day comes to mind that always bears remembering, and for the future to remind. That triumphant cry, first born amongst the apes, had gathered together carnal energies, and yet from civilization there seemed no escape. Shin. Thank you so much. I do have a small note. Bloody hell was it? Oh yes. Losing my mind slowly but surely. I did have one more note, and that is that you will find that the poetry that I am putting on here is all under Creative Commons. All of the artwork that I'm using for it as well is under Creative Commons, and I'm willing to share these forms of the poems as you like. As you like. You can use this exact copy as much as you like, because it's not going to be the final printed version that I hope ever gets put into any of my published books. In order to get published, my poems go through several, many recycling, rewriting, redacting, take out this stanza, maybe it'd work better with this. For example, by, where was it? Of what makes my home Lanash, by mere mortal hands, just stuff like that gets fixed every new time that I go through it, and I go through it, and I go through it, and make sure that it's all right and ready to be printed. So if you see something on here and you're like, man, great rain clouds, my Nana used to say, were all the tears of heaven that had been spilt on that day, and you just want to go, mic drop, fine, that's cool. I'd prefer that you reference it to me. I mean, it is my poetry. They are my words. But honestly, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. This is the rough work. You want to use that? Use that. It'll sound like you said something nice and I said something interesting, and then people are going to ask, maybe they're going to ask one day, like, hey, where'd you get that interesting phrase? I noticed that this really nice poet over here, he does something like it too, because apparently we all speak like the moosh people. Final Fantasy X, they're blue hypelos. Apparently we all speak like hypelos. Anyway, use the poems as you like. I'm not worried about it. These are not what's going to go into my books anyway. So, thank you all. I love you. I'm sorry. Yes, even you. the one who was skeptical in that moment. And I know that was a fair lot of you, but I mean every single one of you. I love you. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Johnny.